We live yet? Hello everyone and welcome to the full bundle review of Mark of the Hunter or June Sci-Fi bundle. Holy crap, we're already in June. There's a lot of stuff to get through today. We don't have too many announcements. I'm flying solo today, which is always fun. So let's get right to it, shall we? We do have, let's see here. Unfortunately, and I'm going to give a couple of announcements about the live stream itself. Let me know if you guys can hear me well. If you can't, just let me know and we'll adjust things here. But let's talk a little bit about the live streams first. This is going to be the last live stream in this format, of this type. Don't worry, the live streams are not going away. We will come back with them, but their content is going to be a little bit different. We're going to, we have some pretty awesome live stream content being cooked up right now. They're probably going to be one of the big changes that is coming is that we're probably going to be on Twitch as well as YouTube, at least for the start. But yeah, there's a lot of new and exciting things coming. We will probably miss what would be a couple of the next dates in the live stream schedule. So probably no live streams for July, but we will give you more updates on the live stream situation as things progress. Again, don't worry, the live streams are not going away. We're just going to change the format a little bit. There's some stuff that we've been wanting to do for a while to engage with the community a little bit more, to bring you guys into the experience of being part of Loot. That's how we're moving forward. This has been in the works for a while, and now we're finally feel ready to take the next steps. Definitely stick around with us till the end of the live stream. We have the reveal of our next Sci-Fi loyalty reward, which is it's just absolutely amazing. As always, our team knocking it out of the park. And we're not going to announce the name of the next bundle today, but we are going to announce the team for it. So again, definitely stay tuned till the end of the live stream. Yes, we are from Brazil. Hardnico is asking. Yes, so we are from Loot Studios is a Brazilian-based company. I think these are actually all of the announcements. No video announcements today. And let's get to it. At the end of the live stream, as always, we're going to have a couple of moments to talk about for a Q&A section. So, yeah. Okay, let's get through it. This is Mark of the Hunter. I think the inspirations for it are pretty clear, but we are definitely... this definitely takes a lot of inspiration from the Predator franchise. So we have a bunch of soldiers exploring a dangerous planet, and we have a dangerous alpha predator alien. We actually have a couple variations on this guy, which is going to be pretty fun to get through. But the story here is that as our heroes, as humanity explores, decides to go out into the stars and explore space and colonize new planets, they discovered that some of the planets that they have decided to colonize already had a claim on them. The VRAK'THAL are the race that had claimed this planet for themselves. And it was kind of a rude awakening. Not many of the first team of colonizers survived, but we do have one of the survivors here with us today. So let's check out the first character in this bundle, which is Ramboat Patton. Ramboat Patton is actually our survivor here. He's the only survivor from the original team, the original exploring team for this planet, much like Arnold, right? In the movie, he's the last man standing. He is definitely going to need some help. You guys are seeing him there. His concept art was done by Marcos Paulo, and the sculpt, which we're going to check the video for right now, the sculpt was done by Caio Bellucci. And this character actually has two versions. The difference is very slight, but you know we kind of had to do it. So we can kind of have a clean version, and we have a full mud camouflage version. So let's check out the sculpt here live. I love this one. I love the makeshift spear with the look at this guy. This is a guy that has been through some stuff. He's lost an eye. He's wearing an eye patch there. He's making weapons out of makeshift, like out of the debris from his spaceship. The bow here, this kind of compound bow. The spear made with the scrap here, scrap metal. He has a bunch of different. These are the has a bunch of different arrows that he can throw. And yeah, just an all-around awesome badass character, which is what we were going for. And we do have the other version here for this character, and the difference is mostly a texture on top of his skin. It's kind of a mud texture, but this guy is definitely, absolutely a survivor in an awesome action pose. He's so great, in fact, that we decided to turn him into a bust. So let's check out the bust version for Ramboat patton. And yeah, just look at this guy. Yeah, and he has been through some stuff even before he was stuck in this hostile planet without any backup. But yeah, this alien species, the VRAK'THAL, don't know who they're messing with. And right here, we have the kind of muddied version of him, the camouflaged version. And this is probably going to be very, very fun for the painters out there. So yeah, definitely check this one out. And this is just the first character, but let's check out who's he's going to be up against, shall we? And yeah, the first one is going to be the Fractal Gorilla. And the Gorilla is kind of the advanced fighter for the. And let me just find the Fractal Gorilla here, which there we go. The Fractal Gorilla has concept art by Igor Gonçalves, and it was sculpted by Victor Prado. And again, an awesome character with a lot going on here. All of the VRAK'THAL also actually have a characteristic that this one is not showing. Like their arms actually split open, kind of like the Yautja, the predator's face. They decided to do it with the arms here. They kind of have a natural weapon, but the gorilla here has decided to augment herself with the mechanical cybernetic arms. So they are hunters. They are alpha predators, and they are out hunting Ramboat patton here. They haven't been able to catch him yet, but yeah. And this one's really awesome. I really love the mask here. And you may think that the horns are part of the mask, but no, they're actually part of the alien itself. So yeah, just an amazing character, and I love these humanoid characters here because they can so easily be used as a stand-in for a human character in a cyberpunk game or in maybe a Star Wars game or something like that. This could definitely be some sort of bounty hunter, space bounty hunter. I love the base for this one. It's a very very imposing base. It's a lot of material here, and I think this is going to be absolutely great for the painters out there as well. I love the little details that are included, right? So just a little bit of cloth on the models, just to give it a couple of different textures, a couple of different uh, a couple allow you guys to use a couple of different colors and textures and make this model stand out. Uh, but I think we are actually ready to move on to our next fractal. And this one is kind of a big boy. This is actually the largest model from this bundle. Let me just put this here. It's a Fractal Brute. The Fractal Brute has concept art by Takeshi Amano, and it was sculpted by Lailson Camini. So yeah, the Brute is just a nightmare to face. I don't think Arnold would have survived if he had to face a Brute like this. But yeah, as I mentioned before, the kind of split arm with the natural bladed weapon, it's just an amazing detail, amazing kind of integration there for the lore of these characters, of these aliens. I just find their design just so awesome. So if the Fractal Gorilla was kind of a ranger type character, this one is definitely your barbarian, right? He's actually wearing like a shoulder pauldron here, which is actually the skull or the face of another alien race, which we haven't even introduced yet. So yeah, this is going to be very very fun, and you can see here the details of the bladed weapons on the arms here, and how it actually splits down the middle, and the blades come out of it, almost like the Wolverine blades. And you can actually see the other arm also has the split down the middle. So yeah, this is a very very fearsome melee combat creature, and you actually can see this character without a face here, without a mask. Actually, he definitely has a face, and is a very very ugly one at that. You can also see, like, I love all of these details. This guy, it's bare chested, and you can actually notice like the scarification on his chest here. Probably he probably adds a scar for each kill or something like that, or he draws it a little bit more. He uses that to tell the story of his accomplishments as a warrior. So yeah, I absolutely love this one. Yeah, just look at that. All of the Vractal, they augment themselves a little bit at least. So you're going to see like these metal blades and this thing. Like they are not they don't consider it cheating, right? You're just becoming a better hunter, a better predator. And that's like I really love the horns on this one. Who knows? Maybe if Ramboat actually survives and kills this guy, he can make that into a drinking horn, an ale horn, right? So yeah, this is the Fractal Brute, but we still have one more Fractal to get through to showcase today, which is going to be the Fractal Overlord. So let me just pick him up here, and this is kind of more of a planner. You know, he's a little bit more. Uh, he's your thinking man's Fractal. And again, with the three Fractal, one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to offer enough variety that you can use them if you're not using them, you know, as enemies in an adventure or something like that. You can use them as player characters, and you can actually have a little bit of variety, right? So you kind of have your ranger or your rogue. You have your kind of more soldier type or barbarian type, and then you have your more thinking type. And I think in Pathfinder terms, this guy would be a little bit closer to, oh, what's the name of the actual class here? It's actually escaping me. There's the Technomancer or something like that. Yeah, I think he would be a great Technomancer. Uh, so you know, we want to kind of cover a lot of ground with these characters. The Fractal Overlord has concept art by Danilo Franco and actually was actually sculpted by Caio Bellucci. So yeah, this is definitely your kind of big bad evil guy character. I really love the pose with this one. With the other ones, they are in a little bit more dynamic poses. This one has an awesome mic. Like you can definitely see this guy using the what's the name of the? It's not kinetics. It's the thing. Basically the force in Mass Effect, or even the force. You can use this guy as a really really freakish Sith Lord if you want to. And yeah, I think this actually. Oh, and this is a nice detail from the base. You can actually use it as either the husk of a tree, or you can actually use it as kind of the a telekinetic shield forming, which I think is really nice. It's really going to come down to how you paint this base and how you paint this mini. I would definitely recommend like going with for the translucent resin, at least for the base here, and then you can do some awesome effects with this thing. And again, the splitting arm here, this one, you can see it, it still has a connection here. But yeah, it's just kind of really, really freakish, uh, really, really freakish body horror going on here. And they do like I love all of these little details. They do decorate themselves, right? They do use some sort of jewelry or some sort of cybernetic in their tentacles. And again, as the Vractal Brute, maybe he uses scarification to showcase his victories. This guy will use something a little bit different. Maybe he adds a little bit of jewelry to one of his hair tendrils here. But yeah, this is the last of our Fractal, but he does have a bust version. So let's check that out. So yeah, I I really love the kind of the splitting face look. It's always a winner for me. And yes, you can see here all the details on the. It's not the tendril, it's the dress. But anyways, you can see all of the kind of jury here. He doesn't like these guys don't go into battle without some bling. They are the overlords after all. And it's just another very, very cool and interesting alien design. They have different casts, and we're going to be trying to add a couple of alien species whenever we can. We did take into account the feedback from the community that we received a couple of months back about a little bit of lack of variety, and that's why we're bringing that back in, right? So yeah, this is a new alien species for loot, but it's definitely not going to be the last. And we actually have some fun stuff coming into coming months. Okay, so next up, who do we have? Oh, we actually have the rescue team. So Ramboat patton actually sends out a distress signal, and who picks up on the other end is his actual brother, his older brother, Commander Patton. So let's check out the first pose for Commander Patton. We with Commander Patton here, we're doing something a little bit different. A couple of characters in this bundle actually have multiple poses, and that's something that the community had actually been asking for a while. So whenever we can, we try to acquiesce, and Commander Patton here is basically us doing that. All of the different versions of Commander Patton have concept art by Tariq Moutran, and they were sculpted by Romário Romis. So let's check out the first pose there. Oh, actually, we may have the video for all three of them at once. Uh, oh, yeah, that is actually another pose. I believe that's pose 3, maybe, or pose 2. So let's change that. Yeah, let's just showcase the model here. Just a second. Just a second, you guys. Yeah, there we go. So this is the model. This is the first pose for Commander Patton. Commander Patton is the leader of the rescue team that is going to save his brother. The powers that be decided that just one soldier wasn't worth an intergalactic political incident. But yeah, he's not gonna leave his brother hanging. So he's coming in. He's bringing his friends, and he's packing some firepower. So yeah, this is going to be an awesome one. I definitely want to see what you guys are going to be able to do with the smoke here. I can absolutely see the some I can absolutely foresee some amazing paintwork for this. Uh, but yeah, we actually have several poses for this one. We have a couple more poses. So let's check out the next one, which is pose 2, I believe. Yeah, so next up we have pose 3, actually, which is going to be this one. Let me... Yeah, so pose 3 is kind of the idle animation for this character. It is something that we get a lot of requests for. So this time we have the same character in 3 poses. So we have an idle pose, we have an action pose, and we have a pose that is somewhere in between. Pose 3 there is the pose 3 that you guys are seeing right now is the idle pose, and pose 3 is going to be the in-between version, which is actually the one we also have a bust for. So this is your classic army guy, right? He's your army captain. He's the leader of the squad. He's the guy that gets shit done. And he actually has he's similar enough to his brother right here that you can actually use them kind of interchangeably, almost like the beginning of the mission version of the character, and then the end of the mission, the end of the movie version of the character. But let's showcase the last pose for him, which is his command pose, and is actually the again is this is pose 2 for the character, which is somewhere between an action pose and an idle pose. Again, all of these had concept art by Tariq Moutran and were sculpted by Romário Gomes. And this one, we can actually see a lot more detail on it if we just check out the bust. And just look at this guy. Yeah, that is, and I have to say, both him and his brother have very, very respectable beards. You always have to give it up for a nice beard, right? I love the little details, the radio on the shoulder here, the way the bazooka actually deforms the backpack. So yeah, the little grenade just tucked in there, and the stogie, the cigar, because here you need to stay calm and collected if you're going to survive an almost suicide mission like this. But yeah, this is Commander Patton. Let's move on to our next character, which is another member of Commander Patton's team. He's the guy that we're doing a lot of work with this guy for the we're doing a lot of work with this guy for the translucent resin. So let's check out Infiltrator Haruka. So yeah, this is the Infiltrator. This is the spy of the team. This is your rogue. The concept art was done by Takeshi Amano, and the sculpt was done by Denian Lopes. And yeah, this is the guy. But I think where he really, really shines is with the translucent resin, which we're actually going to make showcase to you guys right in just a second. So yeah, the gun with the silencer, the dagger here, the kind of bayonet style dagger, the But yeah, this is an infiltrator. He has a stealth suit, which demonstrated here by the kind of hexagonal pattern, and he can definitely go invisible, and that's where what we are representing here on the leg. But that really showcases a lot better on the translucent resin. And yeah, on the arm here as well, he's just kind of disappearing, right? And there's this translucent resin one is just awesome. And yeah, this is Infiltrator Haruka, and we're kind of setting up the team here. We have the explosives expert and commander patton. We have the Infiltrator Haruka here, and next up we need a heavy gunner. So we have Gunnery Sergeant Bill. So Gunnery Sergeant Bill, he is the guy with the BFG. It's That's basically all he carries because that's all he can manage to carry. The Gunnery Sergeant Bill has concept art by William Toshio, and it was sculpted by Sebastian Ramos. So let's check out that sculpt. Yeah, I'm a sucker for big guns. In our models, I love this one. This is the big machine gun, the way beyond 50 cal BMG. It's a BFG, and who doesn't love this one? It's a perfect character to represent your kind of stereotypical soldier, your men at arms. And again, this guy, I believe, yes, he doesn't have a beard, but he does have a very, very respectable mustache. So yeah, just check this guy out. And again, you gotta show the guns, and you gotta show the guns, right? It's one of those machismo things. It's one of those. It's kind of dumb, but it's so over the top that it comes back around to being cool, you know. But yeah, this is Gunnery Sergeant Bill. Let's move on to our next character, the next member of the team, I believe, which is going to be your sniper. We always love to do a sniper, uh, and this one is Corporal Wolfsbane. So let's check him out. Yeah, there we go. Corporal Wolfsbane is in his ghillie suit. He also is a character that has a couple of poses, has three poses as well: an idle, a moving one, and kind of an action pose. But an action pose for a sniper is a little bit different. We're gonna check that out in a second. All of these ones have concept art by Takeshi Amano and were sculpted by Denian Lopez. So let's check out the pose one for Corporal Wolfsbane. Yeah, and it's your typical soldier in a ghillie suit, just moving around the battlefield. Uh, and yeah, we should have done something like this much earlier. And we actually have kind of a proposed two here, and I really love this one. This one can work without this base as well, so that's great. So this is pose two for Corporal Wolfsbane, and what I love about this one is that he's actually lower, right? Because his feet are going into the muck and into the water here. So yeah, this is going to be a great one for painters, especially if you have if you want to work on a diorama. This is the version you want to use. It's just absolutely amazing work here. And I love everything about this one. The kind of it's a futuristic sci-fi weapon, but it also has this kind of analog feel uh, with the actual lens here and everything else, the stock, the straps that he's using to camouflage the gun. Just an absolutely amazing one. And the next one is kind of an action pose. But for snipers, an action pose is actually it comes back around to being a idle pose. So this is an actual position that sometimes snipers take to be able to take a shot, especially when they don't have they don't have a tripod, or when they are on terrain that is not firm enough to mount a weapon, or they need to get some elevation. So that's what you do. You sit down, you put your knee up, you put your arm on your knee, and that's how you hold the rifle. And you can actually see here, his finger's not even on the trigger yet. He's practicing, for those of you who care about that, he's actually practicing some gun safety routines here. And I actually love, I'm just noticing like the little stick coming out of the ghillie suit here. Yeah, people are pointing out the infiltrator is invisible. The sniper is as well. Yeah, that's a great catch, you guys. And yeah, this is Corporal Wolfsbane. But I think we can move on to our last character and our last three models of this bundle, which are going to be Sergeant Apollo. So Sergeant Apollo is kind of, you need kind of your regular soldier. And Sergeant Apollo is going to be the regular soldier for this one. So starting with the idle pose one here, all of them have concept art by Tarek Moultran and were sculpted by Lucas Hayes. So yeah, for the first pose, we have the idle pose here with the weapon pointing up. And I think, yeah, that was the wrong video, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is the idle pose with the helmet on, pointing the gun up. The finger is off the trigger. We have become kind of very self-conscious about that. So yeah, it's almost a meme within Loot right now that if the character is not shooting, the finger is off the trigger. But yes, and this is kind of your standard soldier. He does have the kind of what's the name of this kind of dagger, this kind of knife here again? I forget the name of this one. So yeah, this is the idle pose, and then we have an action pose here with the guy kind of getting ready to shoot. And he's kind of walking and shooting, which is very, very nice. Very nice, very kind of simple action pose. And then we have actually another action pose, which is a melee stance. Maybe he's run out of ammo or something like that, but you can see that the knife that he had on his leg here, he has actually pulled it out now, and he's holding it. So yeah, he's not wearing the helmet on this one. So the other ones are made to work as either a full-fledged character, or as a mook, as a minion that you can print multiples of. This guy has an actual face. Like, you can actually see his face, you can see his hairstyle. So he's made to be a little bit more personal. And that's how he likes to work. He likes to get up close and personal. Yes, the Karambit. I was looking for that name. Thank you, Bad Doodle. So yeah, and this is our kind of last character for this bundle and our last model. So that concludes like 15 character models for this bundle, I believe. But we're still not done. We still have some cool stuff to show you guys. So let's showcase now some of the objects for this bundle. And this one is really, really cool. This is something that we haven't really done before, which is a full-on diorama. I'm not gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's going to be kind of hard to show it, but we're gonna try. This thing is like really big, and it actually comes in a bunch of pieces. So this is a diorama forest. The concept art for this one was done by Marcos Torres, and the sculpt was done by Josiel Alves. Do we have a video for this one? Yeah, if we don't have a video, I can just showcase it here. We may have to refocus the camera or something because it's just so big. I'm gonna try my best to showcase it here. So on the you guys probably saw it on the front facing camera, but it's basically, you know, a little island with a waterfall here, and a bunch of trees and a bunch of bushes. There's a little skull right there. It's just filled with detail. And the way we managed to do this is that a lot of this is actually comes as separate pieces. So all of these bushes and all of these trees, like this tree here with this little skeleton tied to it, like just the remnants of the first expedition, they actually come as separate pieces. So this is actually a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of scattered terrain that you can put together to form this awesome diorama. I think these rocks here are also part of the scattered terrain, the bushes, the ferns, the foliage. It's all very cool stuff. Let's showcase it in the front-facing camera again. I think it's going to be a little bit better. Oh, there we go. So yeah, this is a diorama, and we actually have a couple of, you know, a couple of characters here. There are a couple of places here, I'm not remembering exactly where, but there are a couple of places here that are kind of made to hold one of the minis. I'm not gonna, oh, actually, I think this might be one of them. So yeah, you can place a mini in minis in a lot of different spots here, especially if you don't glue their actual base on. And you know, this is just a really cool concept that we want to try. We want to give something to the painters and to the diorama makers among you, so you can use this as a centerpiece for a diorama or as an add-on or something like that, and it's going to work perfectly fine. Or you can just use the scatter terrain that comes as part of it. And we also have a chest, basically. It's the almost ubiquitous loot chest now. We have two versions of him. It's the parachute crate. It's our sci-fi version of a chest. The concept art was done by Marcos Torres, and the sculpt was done by Josiel Alves. And we actually have, you know, just two little crates here. One with the parachute here, kind of bundled up behind it, kind of almost like a loot crate, if you will. We actually can't use that name. That's another company entirely. But yeah, this is a version without the parachute, but you can see the little straps here. And yeah, just a supply crate that can be dropped off, especially if you're playing like a battle royale game or something. And last but not least, we have an alien egg prop. So let's check out this prop. This is a really cool idea. This is kind of like a dice holder or bauble holder, and it's actually kind of based on a Fabergé egg. So let's check out the concept for this one was done by Marcos Torres as well, and the sculpt was done by Lucas Hayes. Do we have a video for this last one? No? Okay, so let's just showcase it here live. The front-facing camera first. So, you know, it's just kind of a Fabergé egg, right? And we have a bunch of dice inside of here. So let's showcase it from the top-down view. And voila! Ooh, that's some scramble egg that I'd love to have. And you know, you can use it to. It's just such a cool little piece of this on your desk, on your bedside table is just. It's almost like it's a little really cool effed up Fabergé egg kind of jewelry box thing. You know, it's a It's a good, good. Yeah, it's a very very good. I think I want to see this painted as an Easter egg now. God damn it, we kind of missed the timing. We definitely somebody right from Loot write this down. We need to have this painted as an Easter egg for around next Easter. Don't forget about it, please. And yeah, this is our prop for the month. Uh, Yes, our little loot egg, and actually, this thing actually has a particular way it goes in, a particular right way to go in. But yeah, I absolutely love it. And yeah, this is our bundle. This is Mark of the Hunter, or kind of Predator inspired bundle, or fearless soldiers going off into space to conquer dangers, colonize planets. And yeah, let's actually check out the bundle video for this one because I think it looks kind of awesome. And I'll be right back, folks. Oh, and we are back. And yeah, this is Mark of the Hunter, our June sci-fi bundle. So yeah, it's been a while. I just have a couple of announcements that I want to do, and the first thing we're going to do is take a look at our next loyalty reward. So without further ado, let's showcase what is going to be our next loyalty reward for the sci-fi bundles. Yeah, and there we go. What you guys are seeing right now is the Spectre Marine and the K9 Maverick. So Maverick is the name of the dog, folks. We thought it was we thought it was funny. It was appropriate. But yeah, it's another one of the loyalty rewards that is kind of two in one. You get two characters, right? You get kind of the main character in the K9 dog, obviously. But no, you get the main character in the Spectre Marine, and you get a companion in the K9 unit there, the Maverick. This beautiful, beautiful illustration that you guys are seeing right now was done by Beth Menezes, and these models are being sculpted right now actually by Lailson Camini. I actually think he was making like quite good progress on this one. It may actually be almost done. But yeah, let's just leave that up a little bit more actually. uh, because let's just let people soak that in. Yeah, people always love the dogs when we do the dogs for the bundles, and so we thought, why not do one of these for a loyalty reward? Uh, Besides that, we're actually working on something kind of really cool for that helmet that you guys are seeing there for the Spectre Marine. We're probably going to have some video content on it, but if everything works out and we print that in translucent resin, you're actually going to be able to get that effect, that kind of glowing skull effect. But more on that in the future. This concept art, this illustration will probably be posted to the community sometime soonish. I'm not sure when yet, but don't worry, it will be there. Or you can just tell people to come check out the live stream VOD, and they'll be able to check it out towards the end of the live stream here. Around minute 45, 46, something like that. So yeah, we don't have for you today the name of the next sci-fi bundle. We're keeping that one close to the chest for now. But what I can say to you guys is that the next sci-fi bundle is going to take us again to a very, very popular theme, which is space opera, right? So yeah, we're going back to the space opera theme. And in general, I also want to say that we really took to heart the advice and the feedback that you guys have given us over the last couple of months about our choice of themes for the bundles. And we are kind of going full hog. You guys are going to see you guys are going to see a lot of variety for the second semester of 2023, and I can't wait for us to be able to share some of these stuff with you guys. There are some kind of crazy bundles coming, some highly requested bundles from that have been requested for some time, and that we're not sure that it was the right decision to do. But yeah, now we are going full hog, and those are coming. Some very cool stuff for the second semester. And I guess this is it. I guess this is it. So let's check out the let's do some Q&A right now. We do have some time in the live stream still before we have to end it. I think today we may actually be able to. Jesus Christ! People are throwing a lot of people are just throwing out a lot of options, a lot of stuff that definitely were inspirations. There were inspirations for loot and loot sci-fi in general. But yeah, BattleBot Galactica. Yeah, ooh, we should do something Battlestar Galactica related actually. The fifth element is a great one. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions, just drop them on chat right now. I'm gonna stay for a couple more minutes just to answer as many questions as I can. Rexidus, not a questions, but I would love some more Star Wars ships. We are actually okay. So ships have a couple of issues with them. That's why we kind of moved away from doing ships. Uh, First off, we kind of need a lot of time to be able to work on them. They are usually a little bit of a challenge to cut for the smaller printers. There's a lot of detail that goes into them, and because they are larger projects, a lot of people end up not being able to print them, or it's a little bit of a larger bet, I would say, for some people to print those ships. which is not to say that we have abandoned ships entirely. It's just that we kind of have to be very selective with when we actually decide to do ships. So, but yes, definitely, I would take that. I would take this as a team. I've been kind of founding people to for us to be able to do a starship again, and yeah. So let's see here. Anything else, you guys? Any other questions? Any other comments that you guys would like to do? I guess not. It was a little bit. The live stream was a little bit later today. Uh, Sorry that we had to change the usual scheduled time. But yeah. Oh, let's see here. What about add-ons on the Sci-Fi Welcome Pack? It has been a while. Ooh, that is actually a great suggestion. I think we're actually the reason we haven't actually messed with the sci-fi welcome pack yet is that we kind of have a limited number of people that can work on extra stuff like that. Most of our team is working on the bundles themselves. And we are actually working. We have been working for a while now on the fantasy welcome pack, and the plan was to do once we finish that was to do something, at least a little bit of something for the sci-fi welcome pack. But unfortunately, that was a project that it has been consuming a lot more time than we thought it would. It was it was like really involved. It was a lot of stuff, and it's actually probably something. It's a lot of stuff, and it's really cool. But it may not be something that we're going to do again anytime soon, just because of how time consuming it is. Uh, let's see here. What else? What else? Celestino Garza is asking, with the success of seasons for fantasy bundles, are you going to adopt it for sci-fi bundles as well? For now, we're not going to adopt seasons for the sci-fi subscription. Uh, they are a little bit harder to do. Uh, First of all, because it's a little bit harder to create kind of a cohesive story. There are a lot of different teams and different kind of worlds that we're going to cover for the second semester of 2023. So for now, we're not going to be adopting seasons, at least not just yet. Uh, Antonio is asking, for larger reward models, how about making the larger scale models be designed for LEDs? Uh, that is something that we actually have thought about before. I think, I think actually, and don't quote me on this, but I think the Spectre Marine is actually going to be, because the helmet is going to kind of have to be hollow. Uh, but that design element of making it ready for LEDs does add more complexity to the piece, especially for assembly purposes. So it's not something that we do very often. But yeah, it's a great idea, and I'm gonna talk to the team about it. At least for the statue version, there are some things that we can do to at least make it easier, right? Let's see what else. uh, Fabio Fernandez is asking, when are we going to have a beholder-shaped Death Star? It's going to take a while before that happens. Who Rex is asking, when do I get a cool walking cane as a prop? Ooh, that's actually a great prop idea. Maybe not the full cane, but definitely the cane head, right? The kind of the cane knob, the holder on top. That's a great idea for a prop, Rextus. I, yeah, I'm actually gonna talk to someone about this as soon as I come out of the live stream. And yeah, guys, I guess this is it. We're coming up on the end of our time for the live stream. So thank you guys so much for watching the live stream today and sticking with us. Just remember, this is the last live stream in this format. We are going to be moving on to greener pastures, let's say. We have a lot of cool content planned for you, and I can't wait for us to be able to share what we're actually going to be doing in the community. So definitely stay tuned to our community announcements in the coming month. I believe we should have an update for you in the next somewhere in the next 30 days or so. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking up with me through the whole live stream, and I see you guys next time. See ya.